We have just gotten our 5th teaser for the Mansion DLC 3 map for Black Ops 6 Zombies, and this one is my favorite yet. Trek said, I think there may be something more significant about this house. Something beyond even my understanding. Perhaps beyond even my fears. Now, we don't know who is talking in this one, but I assume it's Richtofen once again. But this shows a drawing from Richtofen's son Samuel himself, and this is obviously the Liberty Falls intro cutscene. It's them on the field having a picnic, and then they all set on fire. But it's weird that they are having this nightmare when we know that they burnt alive in the house. Samuel has written Mama, Papa, me. But it's odd that he would draw this as the Liberty Falls intro cutscene when of course that was a distorted nightmare by Richtofen, and not actually show them on fire in the house itself, where of course Samantha gave intel to Weaver to assassinate Richtofen, but he failed, clearly leaving him scarred, and he burnt down the house afterwards to cover his tracks, not knowing his wife and son were still inside. The fact that they are having this same memory, which is a distorted reality and is not exactly how the events played out, to me suggests that this is some sort of dark ether nightmare influenced by dark ether demons. But the fact that this is drawn by Richtofen's son Samuel himself shows he is still alive, like I've been speculating for a long time. Of course, there's the red dark ether orb in the second Outbreak quest that sounds like a child screaming and crying as you hear it, as well as laughing, and it then bonds with Mr. Peaks, the new bunny rabbit in the mystery box, and it says Mr. Peaks keeps me safe in the dark place and he lives in my hat. So Mr. Peaks was potentially protecting the essence of Richtofen's son whilst he somehow ended up in the dark ether upon his death. But this means on Mansion, we are very likely finally going to learn about the event of this day, and I wonder how Weaver is going to react to that. I cannot wait for this Easter egg, and I just hope Richtofen is involved in the main quest, and he is talking to us during the quest as we probably try and help him and rescue him from the Dark Ether, whilst the Sam AI turns on us, and we're going to have a completely different perspective on his life now as he uncovers the truth about that day, and we're probably going to turn on Weaver, or maybe Weaver could even feel empathy for him. It's weird that he hasn't really talked about the event of this day, and we finally might see that. Now, this drawing as well is a clear reference to the Sam drawings from Der Eisendrache, where she shows keepers visiting to her, and there's drawings of a load of other things. That's a clear nod to that. And what this also seems to confirm, the fact that he is drawing this, is that Richtofen and his family likely lived in Liberty Falls itself, and this was where his house was burnt down, which I've actually been speculating about previously on the channel, considering the intro cutscene's clearly by Liberty Falls, and maybe that's even part of why the Weakened Veil has happened here, or maybe this place is just doomed. There was always bad energy surrounding this place, like with what happened with Josiah Shem committing mass sacrifice and mass death. And this is probably how the Shadowsmiths are breaking through. And of course, as Weaver was carrying out the assassination, Samantha was in a hotel, and that's where she learned about it on the news, and she cried there in Weaver's arms when he returned to her at 3 AM. And I wonder if that hotel is the very mansion itself, because it's based off of the Hilltop House Hotel in Harper's Ferry, which is a hotel in real life, now currently abandoned. However, of course, we know it becomes a hotel by the time Ava is visiting there in 2021 or 2022. So that could be very well the place. This is all tying together so nicely. And this means that whilst Richtofen's trapped in the Dark Ether, he might even meet the essence, the echo of Samuel himself. Maybe he's even picked up this paper before he was sent in the Dark Ether and found it in the mansion. He's been having these nightmares as Samuel might have been trying to get through to him, as the entity did to Ava. And it wasn't just a normal nightmare, it was a hallucination brought on by Samuel from the Dark Ether himself. I cannot wait to finally learn the truth about this day. This has been the biggest beat since Cold War Zombies, and the most important thing. And it's a shame that's not been followed up on really much yet, and it's why people have not been engaged in this storyline. I did post a video the other day talking about how I feel like Black Ops 6 Zombies' story has not been starting off well, and we're pretty much halfway through the maps now, and it's not been going great. People are not engaged in the story, so I'm hoping Mansion finally turns it around, and we get a lot better intel for this map, especially with Richtofen at the front and center, which is the character everyone cares the most about, and is the reason people were excited for this story in this game when we got the Liberty Falls intro cutscene once again, after previously they weren't that into it during Cold War Zombies. But it confirms that Samuel probably somehow still exists. Like I say, in the Dark Ether, he's been drawing these things, and even Samantha herself in Cold War Zombies was talking about having nightmares about a boy, but she feels he is dangerous, showing us that she was even having nightmares of Samuel, probably communicating through the Dark Ether. Maybe he's even working with the Shadowsmiths now and Mr. Peaks, which I'll be having a video coming up soon about actually, especially with the fact that Mr. Peaks apparently lives in his hat, and the Shadowsmiths are famously wearing a hat. Could Peaks even be a Shadowsmith? Who knows? But that's pretty much all there is to say about this image. There isn't really too much. Anyways, I'll see you with plenty more teasers to come. I have videos on the channel with all of the other teasers, obviously. The story, hopefully, is finally about to get good, and hopefully I can look back on that video I posted the other day in hindsight and know that they turned it around come the end of this game. Mansion and Janus Towers need to hit it out of the park. Anyways, thank you for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already for latest and greatest Call of Duty news and information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye.